shouldn't go in playing to museums generally, but Holocaust remembrance places playing this Pokemon Go game. If you don't know anything about Pokemon Go, hang around. Maybe next week I think I'm going to explain some more. And another thing along the lines of what should be ancient history and that we should have learned from this history is there was an announcement last week by the Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas through his foreign secretary. He said that the Palestinians intend to sue Britain for the 1917 Balfour Declaration. The Balfour Declaration said, among other things, that the Jews deserve a state and the state needs to be in the place where Israel is. It's part of what they said, and they allowed for Arabs and Jews to live in a space, but that part of it was set aside. And they're going to try to sue. Now, it is inconceivable that it could be considered a real lawsuit. They have no historical or legal basis to fight this way. But just the fact that they suggest it puts doubt in people's minds. And it undermines, again, who we are, what we are. So I want to take you to one other place, the who we are and what we are. In Israel right now, I don't know if you realize this, a few years ago, we were in the middle of the worst drought in at least 900 years in Israel. That's a lot of years. Israel was literally running out of water. But right now, there's a new place, the Sorek desalination plant. It is the largest reverse osmosis desalification facility in the world. And they are staring, as they say in this article, they were staring at Israel's salvation. It says, it used to be, just a year ago, they were running out of water. But now, there's a surplus of water in Israel. That remarkable turnaround was accomplished through a national campaign to conserve and reuse Israel's meager water resources. But the biggest impact came from this new wave of new kinds of desalination plants. And so one of the things that they're planning to do about this, not only do they not have to rely on water from other people and other countries, but they are now in a position to provide water for other nations. That little country. So that's a really nice turnaround. And later I'm going to tell you something else about what's going on in Jewish news today. One of the things that's happening in Jewish news is that we will be celebrating birthdays and anniversaries of everybody who has birthdays and anniversaries in August. And I have a list. And almost nobody of you are on the list. I see somebody who has a birthday. But we came for that. And Gary will tell you some of what else is going on today, but one of the things of news that I need to tell you is that Elaine Harold passed away early today. She was 100 years old. She moved away just a few years ago to be with her son. As you know, we loved her a lot while she was here, and they're bringing her here to bury her on Monday. We will have a memorial service as we have had the last 3-4 weeks, where we are encouraging families to have an extremely early interment without asking anyone to come to it, and then having a time here in the cool where we can visit and have a more relaxed, more appropriate memorial for her here. So Monday at 10, here we'll have a memorial for Elaine Harold. And her son and his wife are coming. So afterwards, you'll get to visit with them. Meanwhile, we are ready to begin our Simcha Shabbat. It's supposed to be a joyful Shabbat. So I am going to, what I always do, I take the news, all of the horrible news that I got today, and I didn't even mention any of the horrible news I got today, but all of the horrible news, all of the news that I just shared with you, and remember that it's Shabbat. So we take a deep breath, and we let it go. Try it again. Let it go. And the bad stuff doesn't necessarily go away, but you having an opportunity to relax and take your little trip on your little island vacation in time, our Shabbat vacation, that's an awesome thing. So, Look what's happened here. I think we're like right in the wind or something here. And since Shabbat hasn't begun yet, I'm going to light this again. And I should have brought my book with me. That goes this way, so I'll go back and get my book. We're on page, service 3, 82. Page 82. Would you please turn to page 82 and rise, pretending that we are together in our house. I'm going to remind you while I'm here that after August is over, we will resume to have honor congregants to come up and light the candles, not everybody that joins us. So if you want to pick a specific Shabbat that you want to come up and do that, please let the office or Harriet know. But right now we all read together on page 82. These lights are only flickering flames, yet flames illumine our uncertain steps. Flames remind us of Sabbaths long past, and of their beauty that delighted our hearts. That may they inspire us to work for the great Sabbath of peace. I'm going to sing it in Hebrew. You could do it in English if you want. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Wow. Turn regular candles into Shabbat candles. We now turn to page 167 and 166. Sanctify the day with something joyful, something that's just like wine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. We praise you, eternal God. Join me. Sovereign of the universe, Tapa 166, creator of the fruit of the vine. We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You call us to holiness with the mitzvah of Shabbat, the sign of your love, a reminder of your creative work and of our liberation from Egyptian bondage, our day of days. On Shabbat especially, we hearken to your call to serve you as a holy people. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of Shabbat. L'chaim. You may be seated. If you say Shabbat Shalom to someone you came in with, someone you didn't come in with, make sure everybody gets Shabbat Shalom. Everybody, Shabbat Shalom. Carol, Henry, Tim, Shabbat Shalom. Steve, everybody Shabbat Shalom you. Trying to see Joey. Dad. We turn back to page 83. 83. At the bottom of the page, we're going to read responsively. There are days when we seek material things and measure failure by what we do not own.
On Shabbat, we wish not to acquire, but to share.
There are days when we exploit nature with reckless greed.
On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation.
There are days when we think only of ourselves.
On Shabbat, we open our hearts to the needs of others.
Therefore, we welcome Shabbat.
Day of rest, day of joy, day of peace.
Let's welcome the angels that just came.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Bless me.
Baruch Hu Nin L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch.
I think that song's supposed to last for all of Shabbat. It starts off with peace be upon y'all, and then it says, y'all come for peace, and then it says, y'all bless me for peace, but right away it says, y'all leave in peace. And I'm like, but they just got here. Don't go away yet. I don't think they mean now. I think at the end of Shabbat, y'all can leave in peace, but for now, stay here, come on and join us and bless us. We continue on page 85. The synagogue is the sanctuary of Israel. Born of our longing for the living God, it has been to Israel throughout our wanderings a visible token of the presence of God in our people's midst. Its beauty is the beauty of holiness. Steadfast it has stood as the champion of justice, mercy, and peace. Its truths are true for all people. Its love is a love for all people. Its God is the God of all people. As it has been said, my house shall be called a house of prayer for all peoples. Let all the family of Israel, all who hunger for righteousness, all who seek the eternal, find God here, and here find life. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh. B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayedecho Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala, ba'agala, u'vizman kariv v'meru. Amen. Yehe shmei Rabbah mevarach, la'alam ul'almei almaya. Yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpahar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'halal, shemeh dekudesha b'richu, le'elamin kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'meru. Amen. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam vaed.
Oh God, how can we know you? Where can we find you? You are as close to us as breathing, yet you are farther than the farthermost star. You are as mysterious as the vast solitudes of night, yet as familiar to us as the light of the sun. To Moses you said, you cannot see my face, but I will make all my goodness pass before you. Even so does your goodness pass before us, in the realm of nature and in the joys and sorrows of life. When justice burns within us like a flaming fire, when love evokes willing sacrifice from us, when to the last full measure of selfless devotion, we demonstrate our belief in the ultimate triumph of truth and righteousness, then your goodness enters our lives, and we can begin to change the world. And then you live within our hearts, and we, through righteousness, behold your presence. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Grayson, want to help? She's gone? Okay. We can do it ourselves. I know we can. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'vetecha uvelechtecha v'derech uveshochbecha uvekumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. You shall love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words which I command you this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God. I, the Eternal One, have called you to righteousness and taken you by the hand and kept you. I have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations.
We are Israel, witness to the covenant between God and God's children.
This is the covenant I make with Israel. I will place my Torah in your midst and write it upon your hearts. I will be your God, and you shall be my people.
We are Israel. Our Torah forbids the worship of race or nation, possessions or power.
You who worship gods that cannot save you, hear the words of the Eternal One. I am God, there is none else.
We are Israel. Our prophets proclaimed an exalted vision for the world.
Hate evil, love what is good. Let justice well up as waters, and righteousness as mighty stream.
We are Israel, schooled in the suffering of the oppressed.
You shall not oppress your neighbors, nor rob them. You shall not stand idle while your neighbor bleeds.
We are Israel, taught to beat swords into plowshares, commanded to pursue peace.
Violence shall no longer be heard in your land, desolation and destruction within your borders. All your children will be taught of your God, and great shall be the peace of your children.
We are Israel, O God, when we are witnesses to your love and messengers of your truth.
You are my witnesses, says the Eternal One, and my servant, whom I have chosen. Know me, therefore, and put your trust in me.
We are Israel, O God, when we proclaim you, God our Redeemer, as did our ancestors on the shores of the Red Sea.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele, malechutecha rahuvanecha bokei ayam לפני משה צליאנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל, we praise you Adonai, Redeemer of Israel. May we lie down this night in peace and rise up to life renewed. O God, spread over us your shelter of peace, of quiet and calm, and bless us with rest. And let a time come when morning will bring no word of war or famine or anguish, a time of happiness, of contentment and rest. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu va'al kol amo Yisrael, va'al Yerushalayim. We give thanks for the night and its rest and the promise of peace for all the world. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורות המריד עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Please rise for the tefillah, which begins on page 93. The introduction begins on page 93. On page 93, we learn that we pray in order to pray. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, ve'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Ve'koneh Hakol, Ve'zocher Hasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei V'neihem, Le'ma'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. In the middle of 94, we read responsively, God of all generations, of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, of Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel, be praised. Your wondrous creative power fills heaven and earth.
God of life and death, be praised. Through us send help to the falling, healing to the sick, freedom to the captive. Confirm your faithfulness to those who sleep in the dust.
Awesome and holy God, be praised. With acts of love and truth, we hallow your name. As it is said, be holy, for I, your eternal God, am holy.
God of times and seasons, be praised. Enable us through Sabbath rest to explore and learn and impart the meanings of your Torah. Make our hearts ready to serve you this day and all days.
God who answers prayer, be praised. May we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer, wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God.
Source of life and its wonders, be praised. You are the miracle within all we behold. You are goodness, you are mercy, forever.
We read together in the middle of page 96, God of peace, of justice and of love, be praised. Inspire us to banish forever hatred, war, and bloodshed. Help us to establish forever one human family united in peace. God of peace, bless us with peace.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol ha-shalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol ha-shalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha, tasim leolam. V'tov b'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
It's time for us to use our own words and our own prayers as we take a moment to pray silently. Yihiyu l'ratzon,
The words of my mouth
imrei fi v'hegyon libi,
and the meditations of my heart
lefanecha,
be acceptable to you.
lefanecha,
Be acceptable to you.
Adonai tzuri, tzuri v'goali,
My rock and my redeemer.
Adonai tzuri
God, my rock
v'goali.
and redeemer.
At this point in our service, our hearts and our prayers turn to those who are ill or recuperating as we turn to the inside back cover of our prayer book. If you have other names that you'd like to add, I invite you to do so now. I turn off the microphone because only we should be able to hear those names. If you have other names that you'd like to add. Thank you. For all these names that we say out loud and those we choose to hold in our hearts, we pray together. O God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing and health. We add, Misheberach Avotenu ve'imotenu. May the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we have entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us. In this country, in the land of Israel, everywhere they have been called to serve, may they return home safely. And let us say,
Amen.
Okay, so did you notice that the candle kept going out? Shabbos candle's going out. I think that that's part of why we light two. Because when something bad happens, at least we have another one. That's kind of how I'm feeling about the bad news things today. So I gave you some news earlier today that wasn't necessarily great. I'm hoping that this news is going to be good news. The Olympics are starting now, I think, right? And I heard some cool things about the opening ceremonies, that every one of the 12,000 athletes are going to be carrying a seed into the opening ceremonies, and they're going to plant them in Brazil in a place that they're calling something like the Olympic Forest, and they're trying to show sustainability there, not unlike what we talked about before about purifying the water. But do you know how many Jewish athletes we have in the Olympics competing this year? So I'm going to tell you. Funny you should ask that. I thought that would be a good thing to know. Sorry? How many? Well, a bunch from Israel. So it says, I'm going to read some of this. This came from an article in IJN, it said. At the 2016 Summer Olympics, we'll be cheering their 555 American athletes, and we're rooting for Israel, which has the largest ever cohort to Rio. But we're saving a special shout out for some of the Jewish American Olympiads who have given the tribe extra reasons to be proud this year. Jews make up about 2% of the population in America, and by our calculations, they're represented by about 2% in the American team for the Olympics. There are 7 Jewish American athletes we're expecting to make waves in Brazil, although I hope they don't go in the water. That doesn't sound like a good idea. What? What did you say? Yeah, one of them is a swimmer. So last year, at 2012, we had a gymnastics specialist in London. Who was it? Ali Reisman, right? Call it out. Ali Reisman became the most popular Jewish athlete in the world when she won a floor gymnastics gold medal while she was performing to Hava Nagila. It was awesome. It was really awesome. And she didn't stop there. Reisman brazenly noted that it was the 40th anniversary of the massacre of 11 Israelis at the 1972 Munich Games. She talked about it to the reporters after her performance. After she won the gold, that's what she talked about. The Olympic Committee, the International Olympic Committee, declined to recognize the killings by the Palestinian terrorists, but she talked about it. Alas, 4 years is an eternity in the gymnastics world. At 22, Reisman is nicknamed Grandma by her team. She's 22. Grandma, not just because of her advanced age, but because she apparently also likes to nap a lot. Nonetheless, the laser-focused star was recently named the team captain, and we're rooting for her to make her mark again in Rio. So there's a guy who you may have known as one of the few Jewish players in the NFL. His name was Nate Ebner, but he is on the he was on the special teams, ace and safety. He helped the New England Patriots win the Super Bowl 49 in 2015. I have to read Roman numerals here to see what's going on. But Ebner is now going down in history as the first ever NFL player to make a U.S. Olympic team. After being granted a leave of absence by the Patriots in May to train, Ebner, whose father was the Sunday school principal of Temple Shalom in Springfield, Ohio, he made the rugby squad last month. Rugby. Do we even know what rugby is? Kinda. It's like a football, but it's a little bit, I don't know. The leap didn't appear out of nowhere. Ebner was an All-American rugby player at Ohio State, and he played for the U.S. national team at 17, the youngest player to do so. Rugby hasn't been played in the Olympics since 1924, when the U.S. won a gold medal led by a Jewish player and manager, Samuel Goodman. It will be making a vivid return this year. The only style of the game to be played in Rio will be sevens, a fast-paced version featuring 7 players per side, 7-minute halves compared to the typical 15-minute players and 40-minute halves. There will not be a test. So who is the swimmer? It's a guy named Anthony Irvin. Born to an Ashkenazi Jewish mother and a father with both African American and Native American heritage, swimmer Anthony Irvin has an interesting identity. He also has an unusual career arc for an Olympian. After winning a gold medal in the 50-meter freestyle at the 2000 Olympics at age 19, Irvin felt burnt out. He quit swimming in 2003, and as he details in a memoir published in April called Chasing Water, Elegy of an Olympian, he spent his 20s doing stupid things. He was experimenting with drugs, he was playing guitar, that's less stupid, and he was teaching the sport in Brooklyn. He nearly killed himself by overdosing on the medication he takes for his Tourette syndrome. In an even more symbolic split from swimming, Irvin auctioned off his gold medal for $17,000, but he donated the money to the Tsunami Relief Fund. Remarkably, he made a comeback at the 2012 Olympics, placing 5th in the 50-meter freestyle. But he hasn't stopped there. He called his last Olympic trials his best ever and qualified for both the 50-meter freestyle and the 100-meter freestyle relay in Rio. Then there's another guy who likes to be in the water. His name is Merrill Moses. And he plays water polo. Not many athletes stay in peak shape long enough to participate in an Olympics at 39, but Merrill Moses, a water polo veteran of the 2008 and the 2012 Olympics, and now a member of the Southern California Jewish Sports Hall of Fame, he's going to do just that when he celebrates his birthday in the middle of the Rio Games. His secret might be his 6'8" reach, or maybe it's his confidence. I've been the best goalkeeper in the U.S. for 15 years, Moses told the Tribe magazine last year. I've seen the shots, been in this pressure. Sounds like Moses, doesn't it? Moses will likely be in the starting lineup for his 3rd straight Olympics. Here's hoping the U.S. water polo team will win a gold medal this time. They took home a silver in 2008. We've got a guy who is in the fencing thing. And by the way, did you see there's news about the American fencing team? That there's a Muslim woman, a young woman who covers. She's the first American Muslim woman participating and the first one to cover. There's a guy named Eli Dershowitz, who's a fencer. Don't confuse him with Harvard undergrad, with the famous Harvard professor. Eli Dershowitz is a Harvard undergrad. Don't confuse him with the famous Harvard professor Alan Dershowitz. Well, Dershowitz, he's 20. He's from Sherborne, Massachusetts, just a few miles from Allie Reisman's hometown of Needham, is one of the only 2 U.S. men's saber fencers heading to Rio. His performance at the Fencing World Cup in February helped the U.S. saber team rise to a #1 world ranking. Look for him, one of the youngest saber fencers in the world's top 25, to seriously compete for the medal. And we're not done. We have Monica Rockman, who is competing in the women's rhythmic gymnastics. It's the second time that the U.S. women's rhythmic gymnastics team has qualified. The sport has been contested at the Games since '84. We go on. She has a twin sister, by the way, Jenny, who's also a gymnast. Jenny is an alternate for the team. And another Jewish guy on the rugby team, his name is Zach Test. It's kind of surprising to have 2 Jewish rugby players, since I don't even think most Jews know what rugby is. But he's joining, they're going to be on the same team. Unlike Ebner, who took time off from the sport for his football career, Test has played 8 consecutive years of international competition. The Northern California native and Jewish day school graduate is also one of the best players on the team. He tallied the 3rd most points and 2nd most tackles on the squad during its 2014-2015 World Rugby Sevens World Series run. That's hard to say. Watch for them. That would be very cool to have 7 of them in there, and they all sound like they're awesome competitors. That's it for sports news tonight. Sorry, I was trying to be cheerful with some of this. At this point, I ask the president to please come up and tell us what's going on, and then we will do our birthday blessings and continue our service. Nope. This one should work. Yep.
Shabbat Shalom, happy birthday and happy anniversary. The memorial service for Elaine Harold will be this Monday, August 10 this Monday
Yeah.
at 10 a.m. After services, we will be showing the movie The Little Traitor.
Upstairs is tonight. Sorry.
Tonight, we will have pizza and popcorn. There's no charge. Donations are welcome, but not on Shabbat. Tot Shabbat for families with young children will be tomorrow morning from 9 to 9:30. Tomorrow, we will have Torah Talks from 9:45 to 11 and Shabbat Shmooze from 11 to 12. The congregation is invited to celebrate the beginning of the school year with a potluck dinner next Friday evening, August the 12th, after a brief Shabbat service. Please let the office know by Monday, August 8th, what food you will be bringing and how many people will be in your group. We will show the movie The Woman in Gold next Saturday, August 13th, beginning at 6 p.m. Saturday night marks the beginning of Tisha B'Av. Donations were made to B'nai Zion for pulpit flowers in memory of Ann Lamberton Belser by James Sklar, in memory of Mimi Weil Hussey by the Hussey family, in memory of Bertha Segal by Susie and Artis Robinson, in memory of Irving H. Selber by Mandy Selber and Flo Selber, in memory of Charlotte Webb by Michael Stahl. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you. I think the hardest part of your job is reading the names. That's kind of tricky. You can ask any of our past presidents. But now, you don't have to go far away. I need you. I need 3 other strong people. We need 4 people to hold the polls. We need all the birthday people, which may be just Mitch. Anybody else here with a birthday? Yeah, we have birthdays. No, we have strong guys. Harriet, it's her birthday. Sharon and Elliot, it's your anniversary. Come on under. I love celebrating birthdays with you. I love this, that we get to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries together. Yeah, if we add all the birthdays up, that's good. It makes us feel better. My mom does that. She adds up all the kids' ages, and she says, I've been a mother for 4,000 years, whatever it is, the numbers. It makes you feel good sometimes. God of days and years, author of life, our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessing of life and for all that enriches our lives. We gather today in special thankfulness to share in the happiness of all of our friends with birthdays and anniversaries in August. Be with them always as the joy of their lives. May they be blessed with health and happiness and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. May we have the joy of coming together for many more years, united by mutual love and reverence. Then will our lives be filled with abundance of blessing. And we say together, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. We praise you, God, sovereign of the universe, because you gave us life, you sustained us, you let us reach this special moment. Mazel tov, everybody. Should we sing in Hebrew for their birthdays? We sing, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, and many more. All right, so now how about the anniversary people? Come on up, Sharon and Elliot. Would you come up and open the ark for us? Everyone else, we close this down. You guys are relieved of your standing positions and join us for a special Onik Shabbat afterwards. Everyone else, please be ready to rise when the ark is open and turn to page 148 for the Aleinu. I'm coming. Yeah, that gets stuck. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'tet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'goralenu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malachei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And on the facing page we sing, V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. When the ark is closed, you may be seated. Mazel tov. It's good. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. We continue on page 151. I am willing to listen to other voices about this. I am proud that in the past we had been listing names of those who died in the military defending our country, in the police force defending us, in the fire force defending us. In the past few months, it had become overpowering to hear all of those names. I am not ignoring the names. At this point, we're choosing to keep the names and the people in our hearts, pray for those who are continuing to defend us, for their safety. But at this moment, we are not reading those names anymore. If you need us to, let me know. We continue on 151. And as you know, the tradition is that we will not be saying Kaddish for Elaine Harold until after she's buried. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We continue with page 152 at the top. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear, but love and understanding can help us pass through the darkness toward the light. Out of affliction, the psalmist learned the law of God, and in truth, grief is a great teacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silence in their presence and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus, even when they're gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live as in their higher moments they themselves wished to live. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones whom death has taken from us this past month. We remember Betty Goldman, Dot Kaplan, and I'm going to remember for this 1 week, Kay Katz, who we buried this week in Monroe. And as we remember those who died, first we remember parents of our congregants. We remember Dr. Donald Rosen, Morris Sommer, Dr. Lowry Vasca, Yvette Bell Sommer, Val Gold, Anna Vinsky, Rhoda Gold, Ira Katz, Delbert Plant, and Sandra Barron Weiner. And now we remember those who died at this season in years past as we take them into our hearts with our own. Those for whom we're observing yortsites this week include Helen Batt, Ann Lamberton Belzer, Lila Bernstein, Alphonse Brenner, Harry Bresner, Bessie Nossick Herold, Joan Marie Spitzer, Hockaday, Mimi Weil Hussey, Sarah R. Kaplan, Irene K. Kessler, Jimmy Laudenheimer, Lillian Levy, Rabbi Charles Mantenband, Lillian Winter Michelson, Anita Ott, Eva S. Rosen, Hyman Rosen, Abraham Shalinsky, Bertha Siegel, Irving H. Selber, Wilhelmina Sauer, Lena Spring, Louis Stein, Nathan Wise, and Florence L. Wiener. In this moment of memory, our griefs and sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise, as together we praise your name. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on 154, and the translation is on 155. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shemei Rabbah mevarach la'alam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu. La'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shalama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. You may be seated. Before we move on from thinking about those who have passed away, you know Rabbi Judy Ginsburg Kaplan. Her mother passed away, Judy Kaplan Ginsburg. Her mother passed away, Jackie Kaplan passed away, and she was buried yesterday. In Alexandria, it's impossible not to see the news every day talking about all of the contributions she made to the art world, to the community, to the temple life. And Rabbi Judy has been very important to us here as well. So for those of you who know Rabbi Judy, you may want to send condolences. So at this time, I'm going to ask, I've got one kid who's under 13 who can help me with the motzi, and I've got one kid who's under 13 who can kind of help me with the motzi. Is she ready? She's not ready? Is she ready? Yeah, is Bree ready? Can she help us with the motzi yet? Mom says she can. Are you coming? Are you coming? I need your help, my dear. Come on. That's what we're talking about. You see sparkly, she's ready. Look at you. Oh my goodness, shoes and your top are sparkly. Come on. Hold this on the bottom. Hold it on the bottom. Reel's coming. Hang on one second. We're going to have to do something important here. Hold on one sec. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Wait a second. You're not going to eat the challah if you can't spit out your gum. That's what I need. I got that. Thank you. Okay, we're ready. That was close. All right, ready? Bree, hold this. Come on, Briella, hold this. There you go. And what are we going to sing? I got your microphone here. Ready? Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. All right, I'll hold this plate, and you help her grab some, and you take some. Give her a piece. Ready? There you go. Big enough for her to share with her family, maybe. And one more chunk for Mama. Give it to her Mama. You take this big piece. Give this to her Mama. Watch. Here, this one goes to her so she could share. Thank you, Briella.
Can I have this?
That's all yours. Share it with your family. Share it with Bubby and
Goody,
Pops.
goodies.
You have to share it with Bubby and Zadie, though. It's fun to come to services when you're young. It's fun to come when you're older, too. Trust me. Please rise for the closing benediction. How many people are staying for pizza? Oh, yay, I think I have enough pizza. Remember I said bad news? One of the bad news things was the pizza catastrophe today. But Harriet saved my life with a pizza catastrophe. It is a blessing to be here. When I get bad news, my favorite place to be is here with you. And I hope that you feel the same way. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'choneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you, be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face always be lifted up to you. May God always have something that God wants to look up to you for. And may God grant you peace. Shabbat shalom. I didn't even nigun today. Pop this off.